It's the end of another year, 2024, and everyone's recap videos are coming out, and it reminds me of the olden days on YouTube where people would make my year blank videos and pair them with flashy transitions, luma keys, and teal and orange color grading. But now these are all replaced with documenting your life like a movie, Cineprint 16, film looks, and filming on the Sony FX3. As someone who's been creating online for a while, it's interesting to see how these trends in the filmmaking space have evolved over time. In this video, I want to share with you my thoughts on these trends, the pros and cons, and how it might be affecting you as a filmmaker, because I know it affects me sometimes. I recently got this fun little wide lens. It's an 11mm lens, and this whole little intro sequence, I've been kind of testing it out, but I'm gonna shoot the rest of this video on my trusty Panasonic Lumix S5, which I've been filming with since 2020, and this camera is from 2019. I have never upgraded my camera, but nowadays everyone is talking about the Sony FX3, and it reminds me of the old days where we used to always rave about the Sony A7S series, and also drones. Like, drones are no longer this like huge trendy thing. Whether it's the Sony FX3, whether it's the Osmo Pocket 3, I feel like there's just so many cameras that just get hyped up. It's interesting to see camera trends nowadays and everybody wanting the best full-frame cinema cameras when you can really get cinematic footage with a 2020 Lumix S5. As long as you are practicing your skills and using what you can with the camera that you can afford, I feel like that's so important. But I do know what it feels like to just be like a new filmmaker wanting to have the best camera possible, because it means you can make better videos. But the reality is, everything is really good nowadays. Like, you can pick up a really good camera for such an affordable price that you don't need to have the trendy FX3. I feel like nowadays everyone is quick to purchase like the Cineprint 16-35 power grade LUTs. I think they're really powerful tools, and it's awesome that it's so easy to try to get the film look nowadays, but I also think it very much reminds me of the old days on YouTube when people were quick to buy like the Osiris LUT. But also, yeah, there's so many LUTs back then, and like the look of having this teal and orange color grading, like that was a huge thing. And nowadays it's the film look. These are all just trends, and you know, you can follow them and learn from them, but color grading is like such a flavor profile. Like, color grading should be based on what you most think looks nice. And I think buying LUTs kind of prevents you from learning how to color grade and figuring out your software, and also developing that look for yourself. Okay, I do want to point out, I do think power grades are great tools for the DaVinci software. You have a lot more control over them than just using standard LUTs, but the same thing applies here. Definitely learn from the tools and tweak them to your liking so that you can find your own unique style through them. Okay, let's talk about this whole documenting your life like a movie trend on the internet. I feel like it is this whole new wave of a lot of Reels content, and there's just this whole new wave of captivating like really beautiful visuals and going through a set of shots to make it feel like a movie. I think we just got tired of seeing like cool little edits and transitions and want some like real films on the internet. What I do think is cool is it used to be like a whole thing of you need to travel to Hawaii or Bali or being some exotic location to make a cool video. Now it's not so much of that. It's more like you can film anywhere, you can film in your house, and you can learn filmmaking skills through that. Back in the old days, it was all about the highlight reels of your life, but now, like, as an overall trend on the internet, it's all about relatability and being raw and showing like the normal aspects of your life. My only problem with it is I feel like there's a lot of the same things going over. Like, I feel like it's all just people just grabbing a camera and filming their life cinematically, but at a certain point it all feels very repetitive, and a lot of it lacks storytelling. The most timeless videos are the ones with very impactful storytelling. For example, Casey Neistat, king of storytelling. If you look at a video from like 2015, the videos are timeless because they still are relevant today. Like, they can teach you something today. Focusing on the storytelling aspect has been like a huge shift for me, and not really like caring as much about the cool visuals. Visuals are cool, but like also there's no impact in it all, and I want to be able to like have impact, make videos that will like change people's perspectives versus just making things that are pretty or cool to watch. I don't want to be dissing on all these videos online because I actually think these are amazing ways to learn filmmaking, and I feel like a lot of people start getting interested in filmmaking through seeing these trends online. I do think it's amazing to see all these filmmakers get their start through these filmmaking trends, because that was literally me as well. Like, I got my start through Casey Neistat, but also like Sam Coulter was what got me into VFX. I pretty much learned After Effects through the whole travel filmmaking trend, and then with the current wave of like documenting your life like movies, I feel like I focus a lot more on shot structure, and that is so key. Through these trends, we're learning some really cool skills and learning them pretty quickly because of how exciting it is, and I just think it's such a cool topic to think about, and to think about what could be like future trends as well. Trends repeat themselves, and you know, AI is becoming a thing. Like, who knows what's gonna happen. All right, I'm leaving this park. I've been here for about like 3-4 hours now, so I'm gonna go home. This place is so beautiful. It's called Ho'omaluhia Botanical Gardens in Kaneohe in Oahu. Highly recommend. The mountains are just insane here. It is now like sunset time, and honestly I made this video partially for myself because I find myself getting wrapped up in cameras and trends and gear all the time, especially being on Reels a lot, and I think long form content is awesome because I think there's a lot more storytelling involved. You know, it's easy to get wrapped up in trends to please the algorithm, but yeah, I've been enjoying making YouTube videos, and yeah, making this video to remind myself that sometimes you shouldn't be following trends. Videos that I feel the most proud of, that are the most fun to watch in my opinion, are videos that have proper storytelling, that come 100% from your heart of what you want to say and your perspective on the world, and an idea that just came up from yourself. Trends will always come and go, but stories last forever, and I think that's just something to constantly remember and think about what stories that you want to share in the world. And yeah, it's definitely something I try to remind myself as well. Okay, I'm ending the video here. This was your reminder to create with purpose and work on your storytelling, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next.